There it is. So welcome everyone or anyone watching in the future. We are here today for an awards town hall for the USASBE 2025 conference. So today's agenda, we are going to go over what the awards are, what awards are available. We'll talk briefly about the submission process, but if you're super interested in that and have further questions, there is another webinar happening today. I would encourage you to go check that out. We'll talk about deadlines and due dates, and then we are going to have the great fortune of hearing from Tim Holcomb, who was one of last year's award winners, about what the submission process looked like, how that has impacted their program and what it's meant to them. And then we'll have a little bit of time if you have any final questions after that. So if everybody's good, we do have a couple of new awards for this year. We have taken the Model Program Award and broken it down into two different categories. So there's now a slot for large institutions. Large institutions qualify if they have over 5,000 students total. And then we have another award for small institutions, which is any institution with up to 5,000 students. And the purpose of these two awards are really just to recognize universities that are doing really bold quality educational programs. They're doing things a little bit differently, and they have a record of at least 3 years of accomplishments and kind of leading in that direction of doing bold and incredible and inspirational work. Oops. The USASBE Emerging Program Award is for colleges and universities that have nascent programs. So they're really just starting. They're within the first 3 years of founding. That starts from January 1st. Julian, is that January 1st of 2025? Just wanted to be clear.
Yes,
Okay.
that is correct.
So 3 years or less, starting from January 1st, 2025. And then we also, this is another new award, is the Re-Emerging Program. So if a program has been founded more than 8 years ago, they've gone through major restarts, they've innovated their programming, they've made drastic changes, following some sort of dormancy or really like just rebooting their program. We encourage anyone who's gone under any kind of reconstruction in the last 3 or so years. Again, those are programs that are over 8 years old. Then we have our Model Community Accelerator Incubator Award. So the biggest caveat here is that they should receive less than 25% of their total funding, and they should not be branded as a university accelerator or incubator. So look to your community partners, encourage them if they're doing incredible work in the community entrepreneurship space. Then we also have the Model Accelerator and Incubator Award for those accelerators and incubators affiliated with universities. So they are supporting both students and possibly community members still at the early idea stage. So take a look around your communities, your institutions, and recommend anyone that qualifies to apply for either of those awards. And then we have more of academic awards. So Excellence in Pedagogical Innovation Awards, anything that's happening at the course level that is innovative, that's different, that's pushing, what we've always done. These are based on creativity, quality, sustainability, and impact. So if you think that you're doing something different in the classroom that could benefit others in the field, you're encouraged to apply for that. And then USASBE Excellence in Co-Curricular Innovation. Co-curricular activities, programming, anything that you're doing, maybe both inside and outside of the classroom. This should be something that's sustainable and scalable to other institutions. I think that is a critical thing to remember. If it's something that's super unique just to your school and that might not be accessible to other institutions, it may not be the best fit. And you might want to look for a different area to apply for that, but something that could be a best practice and model for other institutions. Probably the biggest ones, the ones that we're all working towards, or at least I'm constantly working towards, the Lifetime Achievement Awards. The Max Wortman Jr. Lifetime Achievement Award is recommended for anyone who has a lifetime of entrepreneurial achievement. The people that we really look up to, the people that we want to emulate. The Entrepreneurship Educator of the Year, those of us who might, we don't want to wait quite as long to have a whole lifetime of work. These are mid-career individuals who really are outstanding leaders in the field. They've contributed advancements to teaching and to learning. And then finally, the John Hughes Award for Entrepreneurial Achievement. This is actually outside of those educators, and this is recognizing an actual practicing entrepreneur who has, taken the risks and done the thing, and we want to recognize the good work that they're doing as well. Before I move on, Julie, did I leave anything out?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. So those are the high level overviews. There are a ton more details on the websites. There are templates out there that you can use. We are happy to answer any questions and to provide further feedback. But that's a lot of awards. There's a lot of chances to win. We encourage everyone to self-nominate if you think that you apply. And I would tell us all to take a page out of what we might tell our students. The worst thing that happens if you apply is you don't get the award that you already don't have. So take a chance, put yourself out there, really go for it. I encourage everyone to submit for at least one. Just see what happens. It's good practice. If it doesn't work out this year, there's always next. To get started, here is your link to for those applications. But again, if you really want the nuts and bolts, I encourage you to attend the next webinar that starts at the next hour. And there's the link to apply for that as well, or to register for that as well.
One thing, Krystal, I would just probably add too is if somebody's interested in one of the individual awards, sometimes they're concerned about doing self-nominations, but you can always encourage somebody who you're close with to nominate you. So that is also, they may be more than happy to do so. They just wouldn't come up with the idea on their own. So be a little shameless there, and it's all good.
Absolutely. Just a handful of notes that might come up as questions. When you do sit down to do your application, there's no save feature. So make sure that you're in a position to complete the entire application when you sit down to get started. And to Julian's point, you absolutely can and should self-nominate. We're not going to, even if you don't get the award, we're not going to go out and tell on you that you applied for something. We really take pride in what you do. I know that anybody who's affiliated with USASBE is doing incredible work. Let us take a few minutes to celebrate you and acknowledge what you're doing. And you also make the entire field better when you let us know. You let us in on the cool things that we're all doing. You can have up to 3 submissions, but you may only be a finalist in one category. So if you submit to maybe the university incubator in the emerging program, and one other, you'll have to choose which one you want to be a finalist for. So the more the merrier. Apply for up to 3, and then see how it all kind of shakes out, and decide if you want to, which category you might want to be a finalist in if it comes to that. And then it sounds like a caveat, like it might be something negative, but it's actually awesome. Finalists agree to serve in the next couple of rounds. So in reviewing applications, reviewing submissions, doing interviews with the finalists. I've been doing it this year, and it is a blast. And I'm so excited to see what comes through in the submission. So that is just something to take into consideration. You will be on the hook. I'll be me or someone else will be knocking on your door next year when it's time to review the applications. So here's our timeline. Secure rockstar judges. I've been doing that all summer. That is taken care of. They are incredible, and they are so excited to review. The nominations are due September 15th. So I know many of you are getting ready for the semester to start, if it hasn't already. So go ahead and take some time before things get crazy. Put that in your calendar. Make sure that you have plenty of time to complete your application. And then you'll be notified about if you're a finalist, and the finalist submissions will be due January 10th. So that gives us some time to review and some time for the finalists to prepare. Then we'll do a virtual Q&A. It'll take about 15 minutes with all of the finalists. That will take place February 6th and 7th. And then we get to celebrate the winners at the USASBE conference taking place in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada in February of 2025. It is important to note, if you are a finalist, one person from every finalist organization must be physically at the conference, having a blast with us in Vegas at Caesar's Palace. So make sure that you are building that into your travel plans, put that in your plan for spring semester. We'll be here before you know it. So I will pause. That is enough of me. I'll talk all day if given the chance, but I will pause for questions if there's anything in the chat or anybody chiming in real time has any questions. Let me know, and we'll save some time at the end as well. A couple other things to note that we can talk about if of interest. There is an opportunity, if you are the winner, to have somebody from USASBE HQ attend, actually present your award in person, which, I mean, who wouldn't want Julianne or Brittany to come to their campus? I mean, that's just further incentive to apply for the awards, if you ask me. So that's something to be excited about as well. I do just see that something happened in the chat. We're a board member. We're a board member. Somebody awesome will come to your campus. So again, I encourage you throughout the rest of our time here, if you have any questions, feel free to pop those in the chat and we'll get to them. But again, like I said, enough of me. Time for Tim. Tim Holcomb from Miami University was one of the award winners last year. So Tim, I'm hoping you will tell us about the award, which one you received, what the application and interview process looked like, and what it's really meant for your program. How has that kind of put you on the map? How has that gotten your donors and advisory board members and everybody excited?
Wow, thank you, Krystal, and thank you, Julianne, for giving me the opportunity to share our experience. I'll start by saying, why wouldn't you want to apply for one of these awards when you can go spend time with this incredible group in Las Vegas? But besides that, I'll give you some reasons why you want to do this. In addition to being in a really cool city, you know, one of the reasons why we are involved with USASBE is because of its mission. I've been a big fan of USASBE for the years. I know Miami University has been engaged on and off, more on now than perhaps we have been in the past. But that mission to advance entrepreneurship education through teaching, scholarship, and practice lines up very nicely with our impact statement and the goals that we have for pushing the entrepreneurship education envelope with our students on campus. I think there are really, for me at least, or for us, there are three reasons why applying, and I guess back up, we were awarded the Model Entrepreneurship Program Award last year. Julianne, thank you very much, showed up in March 15th, a very warm day in Cincinnati, Ohio, and presented the award to our president, Greg Crawford, and to our provost, Liz Mullinex, as part of an awards banquet that we had arranged to recognize successful alumni coming out of our program, which is actually the third bullet point I have here for reasons why to apply. I think the first one reason that I would encourage other schools to participate, to apply, is we have the opportunity to learn from others. I don't think any of us have the answer to whatever question there is. And I think we have a great opportunity to learn. I know even within hours of receiving the award, we were sitting on a panel with Rodney D'Souza and the Texas Christian University team, and we were the two finalists, sharing best practices. And it was really, for me, interesting to hear how TCU approached things. And I think Rodney would admit that he may have picked up a thing or two from our conversation as well. So just the opportunity to learn, to identify things that are working at other universities, and looking for opportunities to apply those in our own environment is reason enough to participate in this. I think secondly is we really get to see relatively the impact our programs have on our students when we can examine and explore what other schools are doing. At the end of the day, and I say this all the time, that I think as an industry, or in higher ed at least, we often get mesmerized or infatuated with bright, shiny objects, and we almost forget the fact that we're in the business of educating tomorrow's entrepreneurial leaders. And I think this gives us an opportunity by participating in programs like the USASBE Awards Program, gives us an opportunity to really understand the relative impact of what we're doing relative to the impact that other organizations, not necessarily in a I'm better or I'm worse, but really what are the things that we're not doing that we can do better, or that we could do, or the things that we are doing we can do better. And I think the third thing, and brings me full circle back to Julianne's visit earlier this year, participating in and being awarded or recognized with an award like the Model Program Award really legitimizes what we're doing as a program to faculty and programs across campus. At Miami University, our entrepreneurship program is an interdisciplinary program. We are housed in the Farmer School of Business. We're a co-major, not a major, so we've worked hard to create relationships in divisions across campus to give us access, the ability to bring students from majors and disciplines through all the divisions. And having an award like this validates and legitimizes, at least in the eyes of our faculty, the work that our faculty are doing across campus. So in terms of the application process itself, as Krystal mentioned, I think I saw the link for it here. It's straightforward. It's very, I won't say easy, but it's not cumbersome. And I think you guys actually had example applications that are available, if I'm not mistaken. So if there's a question on format or content or what talk about this or not, I think there's some really good examples out on the USASBE website, and the executive team and the organization makes it very, very easy for us to prepare and submit an application for these awards. I'd highly encourage the program directors and chairs and other faculty members at the programs to take advantage of what USASBE has to offer as a resource.
Love it. Love it. Well done. Thanks so much, Tim. Well deserved.
I'll just chime in a little bit too, that probably one of the most satisfying and engaging parts about being in headquarters after the conference, because there's that kind of conference letdown of all the emotions, but the best part is you gear right back up to go out to the recipients of the awards and get to see it in action, if you will, right? You get to see what has come from all of the efforts that these award-winning programs have done, and get to meet the people and the faculty and the staff, and it brings it all home of why we do what we do. So it's a very, very satisfying part of the gig. So
don't we have the best job like in the actual world?
For sure.
Who'd we fool into letting us do this? It's incredible. So hopefully that is a super short and sweet overview of the awards. The bottom line is find what you are, what you're qualified for. Take a few minutes to submit the application. Brag about what you're doing. We're all doing so much all the time. Take a second to slow down, and seek some recognition, some well-deserved recognition for the incredible work that I know you're all doing. That's me, Krystal at ohio.edu. If you're interested in reviewing, we still do have a couple of spaces so far as it's not a conflict of interest. You can't be applying for the awards and reviewing the awards. We've got to have some standards. But would love to hear from you. Love to make new friends. Feel free to ask any questions that you have. If you want to hop on a separate call, I'm happy to do that as well. Thank you, Julianne and USASBE, for giving me this great privilege, for letting me be your awards chair for 2025. It has been a blast, and looking forward to seeing everybody in February. Let's have a good time.
Fantastic. Thank you, Krystal. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop recording and